Technology can indeed be amazing if put to the right use, but a number of issues around your use of technology can lead to somewhat negative consequences. My guest on the show is an engineer turned human behavioral psychologist, and he shares his thoughts on how to use technology to improve your productivity. We have much more lined up for you, but first, enjoy some tech news and updates. This is Tech Trends, and I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.
Exploration is the engine that drives innovation, and innovation drives economic growth. Idowu Afolayan is a 15-year-old student who uses DC motors, batteries, and other items to create less advanced devices for kids. Idowu, who also converts household materials to instruments for his inventions, realized his love for technology at a much younger age.
My company is run tech, and I've made some of my inventions more advanced, like my piggy bank, my ATM, my vending machine, power bank, vacuum cleaner, and so on.
One of his inventions is an electronic piggy bank for kids, which works like a mini ATM. He says it took him 4 hours to create the device.
When I'm working, I used to see some of these inventions, and I want to make it greater, more advanced. And that's how I started creating my thing. Sometimes I used to destroy some of my things to get some of my equipment and tools, and so I often order it from Jumia.
And here's how it works. Now, let's assume there's money in the box. All you need to do is to insert a specially crafted card into the ATM. Put on the switch at the side. Press enter and the cash is out.
The piggy bank is just like a machine for kids to save their money, and anytime they need the money, they can just withdraw money. And I started by using DC motor, batteries, and some switch. And I bought carton from my friends. They supplied me carton. Then I think about it, and I made it. I made it because of children, so they can save their money, because the normal ATM is too advanced for the kids, and it will be underage for them that they should operate the ATM, which can lead to stealing and collecting their money from the bank.
Idowu, who aims to do this long term, shares his plans for the future.
I want to be an engineering scientist, so that I can advance and some inventions and create some other inventions that have never been invented.
His sister is proud of his enterprise.
As a then, we used to get furious when he does some of these things because he gets to destroy some of the household items. So we get furious and get angry with him doing that. But as time went on, we realized that he's very passionate about doing it, and this is what he really wanted to do. And in that field, we realized he was very talented, and he has made so many innovations in the past that convinced us that, okay, he's good at what he does, so we had to just let him do it.
Idowu's ability to create and invent is one that should be nurtured, and with the benefits of education and the support of government, it can yield great impact for his chosen field of endeavor. Russian robot manufacturer Promobot has opened a new department in the country's far eastern city of Vladivostok, aimed at research and development of realistic appearances for humanoid robots. The department deals with 3D modeling of humanoid robots and creating hyper-realistic artificial skin. Russian sculptor, architect, designer, 3D modeler Pyotr Chegodav, who is at the helm of the department, says the goal is to bring aesthetics of sculpture and art into humanoid robots.
In general, I plan to make a 3D modeling training center where we have a laboratory for development of artificial skin for hyper-realistic robots, where we will make eyes, teeth in general, this entire outer shell, in order to bring aesthetics of sculpture and art into this rather rapidly developing market of humanoid robots. And the knowledge that we have should be combined with this technical, digital knowledge in order to make a qualitative leap in this direction. This is our plan.
Chegodov says he believes the progress in this fast-growing field requires a combination of art and technology.
At the moment, we are focused on Alexei's elaboration. The technologies are all identical. If we make a high-quality eye, we can use it for all our other models. Therefore, now, the most important thing is to bring those developments that we have to mass production. We plan to have mass production of these technologies by the end of the year, and we want to start producing the whole body, not only the head, but also to have a full torso and legs, and to make all this movable.
The staff at the department includes specialists working with polymers as well as artists and 3D modelers. At the moment, the lab is developing a prototype of a male humanoid robot, Alexei, and mass production is scheduled to start by the end of the year. Promobot supplies its robots to government offices and Russian universities. Chegodav says the company also signed new contracts with some US universities. Promobot, a company founded in 2015 in the Siberian city of Perm, is a Slokova resident, which has departments in Philadelphia and Hong Kong. Netta Schreiber, CEO and co-founder of Safeop, was inspired to develop the Women's Safety app after her friend was assaulted at a party in central Israel. At the party 10 years ago, a woman was cornered in a room by two men and half-stripped. Soon after, her girlfriends, Schreiber among them, worried about her absence, burst into the room. The men fled. It was that strength in numbers moment that gave Schreiber the idea to develop Safeop, an application that allows women who feel they're being stalked or in danger of assault to signal their location and summon help from other subscribers.
Safeop is a community-based network of women that enable them to help each other in a real time to prevent sexual harassment and to feel safer in their day-to-day life. Whenever one of our 20,000 app users feel unsafe, she just opens the app, click on a button, and she opts onto call or video call with her nearest guardian, trained women that they are available and prepared to help her.
The app was launched in Tel Aviv in March with the help of the municipality. Schreiber hoped Safeop could be used in bigger cities like London, where the abduction and murder of Sarah Everard stirred public demand for better measures to protect women.
In reality, the app went viral, and today we have already 20,000 app users all over Israel and all over the world that actually use Safeop and feel safer by using Safeop every day. Today we are focused on the US and UK. After what happened in London this week, we understand that we have to be there and we have to be there fast. So we have a community manager there and we have more than 200 users already that start to build the community. So we actually build not just an app, a movement of women that help each other and make the streets safer for women. And we hope that in 5 years from now, we will be the biggest movement of women that make the streets safer.
Schreiber says the app has also helped avert domestic violence, though guardians do not enter private homes. Safeop can be downloaded free of charge by women who pass vetting to ensure they are bona fide users. In distress, a user can share her live location with a list of women she provided in advance, or be connected for an audio or video conversation with volunteer women known as guardians to receive reassurance and guidance. Should the user or the guardians deem the situation an imminent danger, they can call police through Safeop, which taps into the phone's camera and microphone to record evidence. For less extreme circumstances, it can geolocate guardians within 500 meters of the user, summoning them instead. Today's Tech Tips takes you through how to save an offline version of Maps. Have you ever traveled out of your base and found yourself lost with no connection to the internet? If you want to avoid this ever happening to you, then save a Google Maps offline version following these steps. Step 1. Open your Google Maps app. Step 2. Search for a place like Lagos or Enugu or wherever you may be traveling to. Step 3. Select the area that you would like to save as shown on the screen. Note that you can expand or decrease the size you want by zooming in or zooming out. Step 4. Click Download and remember to give your offline map a name. This process will ensure that you have access to be directed by the map with or without internet. Keep in mind that any saved maps will only remain on your device for 30 days, after which it will be deleted. This is one of the ways technology simplifies life. And that's our tech tips for today. Technology and the internet has brought about a lot of transformation to the world in many ways than one. However, the flip side is that it also requires a great discipline for kids and teenagers, and in some cases adults, to make the most of the information that is readily available. From social media to platforms to videos, we are bombarded daily with so much information, which experts now regard as information load. All of these can lead to more greater issues if not brought under control. Adeoye Abodunrin is an engineer turned psychologist, and he shares how to best guard against outcomes such as low productivity, cyberbullying, and suicidal thoughts. The most instructive lesson is to always remember that too much of everything can be bad, so always know when to draw the line.
Adeoye, glad to have you on Tech Trends today.
Awesome, CFA. Excited to be here with the brother. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
So let's start by understanding the role technology plays in today's world. I mean, as a psychologist, what role do you see technology playing in today's world?
Well, technology is the engine room of progress for me in today's world. You see, every generation will have our own zing elements, the excitement or the in thing or the engine room or the most important factor in that generation. For me, technology is the biggest one in this day and age. In our generation, ever since I think it's Alexander, the man who founded the telephone. Ever since that guy made the first connection by the phone and that invention came till today, the entire gamut of technology, particularly information communication technology, has become the engine room of the biggest amount of innovation, productivity, progress, advanced thinking, and all forms of extra homo capability that humanity has ever displayed since that time. So it is a lead factor of progress. That is what I call technology and the entire communications spectrum that we are in our generation.
But then there's this issue and this reality of the fact that there's distraction and the possibility of addiction. From your perspective, how can this be balanced?
Anything that has a use can be abused. You can abuse water. You can abuse your wristwatch. You can even abuse yourself. Once something has the moment or a use case, it has an abuse case. Once something has the element of being useful, it can taper beyond usefulness and become useless based on how much of that thing we consume. So technology, as beautiful and as brilliant as it is, can literally also become a curse. With all its abundant blessings, it could literally also become a curse. And the dimensions of it being a curse is in addiction. For example, the popular one, addiction with social media that we have today. We have loads of young people who are very addicted to social media. People cannot eat anymore without snapping onto Instagram. And then they do some color shades. And again, I don't blame those people. When you have desires, you want to be in a movie, when real life is boring, when the walk to school or the ride in the bus is ordinary, we are all beings of theater. We want some fun and excitement. And so you find color to augment your reality. That gives you a sense of comfort. I mean, you rode probably to your house on your two legs, but you want to prove that you came out of a car. So you see your neighbor's car, just stand there, take a selfie, then put your name beside the car, say, God don't do, this kind of thing. And all your friends see, congratulations. You see the moment of euphoria, you love it as a human being. And this gives people hope. So there's a positive human moment that all those things create, but it can also be a fool's paradise.
Okay, time is never our friend on this show, but I've got a final question for you. And that question revolves around mental health issues. Two people in the ecosystem this week alone have told me they want to take a break from all the tech stuff just because they feel that something is happening to them, right? Is this connected or unconnected with the fact that our lives are being governed by gadgets and for some guys codes and everything? I mean, what would you advise that so that people just balance their lives as they progress?
Yeah. Three factors will drive what you're saying more in the days to come: the Internet of Things, big data, and artificial intelligence. That's big AI. these three things will drive us in the direction of dependence on technology as human beings. You see, the paradigm of technology, or what's going on, I will use an illustration to make us understand it. You see, the screen is an inanimate object that is inanimate and created to not fail. So the screen is with you. Your screen, your phone, or whatever you use is with you 24/7. When you are in your house, it's with you. You are in your car, it's with you. When you are sleeping, the screen is on. When you wake up, the screen is still on. After a while, you are trying to catch up with screen time. You don't even have sufficient screen time anymore. Anyway, in 24 hours, you have to be off because you're a human being. You have to be in bedroom at some time. But your screen is on. So it's an inanimate thing meant to serve you. But because of that, quietly, you begin to want to catch up. When you pick your phone, you want to catch up on Facebook, Instagram, everything that's happened since you've been away. You want to catch up. Gradually, your screen becomes a master or a mentor. Your screen now becomes a governor of your life when it was supposed to be an aid of your life. Like this, these three energies, and they are no longer technologies, they are energies or forces. Big data, Internet of Things, and AI. Recognize quickly that they are not technologies anymore. They are energies or forces that will drive the convergence of where we will live in the future. Now, what engineers and scientists of technology have done till today is that they have succeeded in selling to us the geek culture and behavioral lifestyle through the agency of the screen. For example, you are behind your screen, you have everything you need. You can be somewhere for a whole quarter, January, February, March. And COVID has proven that we can be alone. So that's why some people are saying that, are you sure this COVID is not sponsored from technology industry? Because it's favoring technology. Because it's showing us that you don't need to go anywhere. You may not talk to your neighbor. You want to get eatery, you get it on, there's just eat. You want to get where the gas station is, everything. You don't have to ask anybody any question again. You are okay on your own. Now that there will grow beyond the tech industry to become a lifestyle issue. So that's the point. So the scientists and the technology thinkers are moving our culture and our behavior, that's shifting us to become slaves to these things. And I said that cultural shift and behavioral shift must be stemmed by infusing the moment in the life of the human being as the supreme moment, not to be driven by technology. Many people would rather attend parties now on Zoom than physically. We've adjusted the party culture globally today. It may shift back, but today we are more comfortable with going to any party or any gathering on Zoom than it was 3 years ago. Radical shifts by technology. And thinkers of technology need to go beyond their own comfort zones of being geeks where they are comfortable behind the screen and create a balanced society by creating solutions that integrate all of us together rather than continue to disintegrate us and fragment us, for example. This is just one example of this paradigm. There are other things that all explain the fact that we need to stem the culture and the behavior in the direction of positive human interactions rather than technological advancement. Technology is good, but human beings first, humanity first.
Yeah. I mean, this certainly deserves a part 2, but we have to end the show here. I just want to say thank you so much to be on the show today. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
I have been chatting with Adeyo Abodanre, a behavioral psychologist who is of the opinion that technology can help you become much more productive. However, you need to learn to control certain aspects, such as how much time you spend using tech and your digital habits in general. Long and short is that you should be in control and not the other way around. Ensure that you use technology to improve your productivity and strive to keep it that way. That's our show for today. Please follow us on social media. You can watch these and previous editions of the show on Channels TV YouTube or cfablog.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.